Thanks for staying with us. So many people have been waiting for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to pick his running mate, and over the weekend it was announced that is the former governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, that will be running with him. Many Nigerians have come to say, some have agreed with it, others have criticized it, Khan has objected also, according to the papers today. What are your thoughts? Let's hear your views on the fact that many have their concerns concerning the Muslim ticket, even though the candidate himself has said that he has put competence over the issue of religious sentiments. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourView TVC so we can read your tweets. We'd like to hear your thoughts on it. So, I mean, I'll start with Nima because I know you're one person. I remember that time where the former governor of Borno State was going to, I remember you supported the fact that he wasn't keeping quiet. He was going on and talking about that killing my people. I need you to, and he was one of those that instituted the vigilante group that began to fight. You know, civilian the JTF team that actually worked and to fight the Boko Haram at the time. So when this announcement was made and people were now raising questions, what are your thoughts on it, on this particular former governor of Borno State?
I believe he's a fantastic vice presidential candidate, religions aside. I know that viewers will say, hey, she's Muslim, so what do you expect? So ordinarily, when the candidates were popping up, when the talk around the vice presidential candidate for the APC was coming up, hardly did we find a Christian name pop up. Or if he did, I can't even remember. It was between the Kaduna state governor, the Kebbi state governor, I think, and then the Borno State governor, the sitting governor. And so I didn't even see Kashim Shettima feature as a candidate. And I thought, certainly not the Kaduna State governor, too many controversies around his person. This person will give problems. You know, when Nigerians start to talk...
That's El-Rufai?
El-Rufai. Oh, yeah. People will say, he just sacked teachers, El-Rufai is this, El-Rufai refused to negotiate, he didn't bring back, you know, he didn't do a lot for people. There will be too many, you know, controversies around that person. And I don't know so much of Bagudu, that's the Kebbi State governor. But I know very much, and I love the personality of Kashim Shettima, even before he became vice presidential candidate. I think he was a fantastic governor for his people. And I think that at the time when he was governor, one of the things that plagued the state was Boko Haram. I think I love fantastically the way he responded. Never did I hear him join issues then about, you know, one party is in power now leaving. He was then under Governor Goodluck Jonathan as well. You know, leaving my people to suffer. No, that was not the conversation. He constantly went, even against the division of party lines, to ask for, demand for help for his people. He did what he needed to do. He started the civilian JTF. He went for the approval. He went personally. That's how governors, you sit on the problem. You sit on it and make sure you find a solution. And so I think he's somebody who is for competence, someone who's now, very critical.
Let's come to the issue of this Muslim ticket thing, because I know that Asiwaju was saying that he chose competence over religious sentiments. But when you look at former Governor Senator Shettima's CV, and you see that he attended the University of Maiduguri for his first degree, he attended the University of Ibadan for his master's degree in agricultural economics, and he had many aides from the southeast, from the south-south, from the southwest, who worked with him in Borno. I mean, I was really shocked to see that, okay, he comes across as a detribalized person, but I don't know him personally. So what are your thoughts? Do you think this was the best candidates to choose, or do you feel that the issue Khan is raising, that it will be unfair to the Christian community if Asiwaju goes ahead with this Muslim ticket? Do you think that still holds, especially when this man comes across as a detribalized man?
If Nigeria was in a good place, and let's not lie, let's not pretend like we're good. We're not good. We have a lot of issues bordering on religion, ethnicity, marginalization, and all that. We have those issues, and we've been talking about how we can get somebody who would unite the country together. If Nigeria was in a good place, and you say, okay, let's not talk about tribe. Let's talk about competence. And it's okay, I've looked around, and this is the person I feel will complement me in this work. It would have been okay. Nobody will raise an eyebrow. We want somebody to come in and change Nigeria. But Nigeria is not in a good place. A lot of people are already feeling marginalized. A lot of people are already feeling like Nigeria is just being led by certain groups of people who do not want to let go of power. And I've said before that politics is a game of numbers. And when it comes to picking who will be vice or who would be deputy, the political parties will look at their own personal interests first because they want the numbers. They want to be able to clinch the ticket. They don't want to leave any gap for another political party to take over. So this, for me, is not about wanting the good of Nigeria. This is about wanting to get it first. When we get it first, then we'll now decide on how we want to run the business that we are here to run.
It's winning first.
It's winning first. And that is what every political party is deciding right now. It's not just APC, PDP, the Labour Party and all of that. Everybody's deciding who will bring this ticket home first. So when we look at it from that angle, we will understand that some of the things we expected, our expectations will be dashed because people did not expect that for somebody who is liberal, because I have followed through his, as I'm talking about Tinubu, have followed through his work ethics and how he works with people from all tribe and all that. For somebody like that, you would not expect a Muslim ticket from somebody like that. But because right now, it's not about the Nigerian people, it's about how do we bring this home. You will see a Muslim ticket.
All right, let me come to Mariam. Your thoughts on this issue?
Okay, so I like to always say I'm not a politician or into politics, and so my views and my opinions would not really be about how politically it will work, but just as a person. And my opinion is because of the state in which we're in, because of the insurgency, the banditry, economically, we're struggling. For me right now, your religion, your ethnicity is secondary. Your competence comes first. And the parties will make their choices, politicians will make their choices based on, whatever they feel the criteria is needed for them to win. But Nigerians, ultimately, we decide who will be their president and who will be their vice president. And so Nigerians will look through and see whether your ethnicity and your religion, it's more important than what you bring on the table, than what you bring to the table competence-wise. Are you in tune with what is happening? What is your track record? What is your experience? Nigerians will decide if that is more important to them than your religion or your ethnicity. And for me, that is it. I just want someone who's competent. I just want someone who understands that right now where we are is ground zero. There's no coming to try it out for a year or two. You have to hit the ground running. And who are those people? And those are the only sort of people that I am interested in. And I'm looking forward to when the campaigns kick off. I'll listen to these people. I'll ask the necessary important questions. And for me, those are the things that will determine for me who I will eventually vote for. I'm constantly also looking at their track record. It's not enough for me which part of the country you're from, what religion you're practicing, who you're married to, and, it has to be what you have shown over time. The divisions across religious lines and ethnicity, for me, that is easily mended if Nigerians feel that their issues are being sorted, if they feel that the government is in tune with them, exactly what they are going through. I feel these divisions concerning ethnicity and religion comes up when people are dissatisfied with government doing what they are meant to do in the first place.
So Ashwaju said something which I thought was really interesting. He said that if we truly understand the challenges upon us as a nation, then we must also see the imperative of placing competence in governance above religious sentiment. Now, that phrase was instructive, but I think the issue is trusting. Do we actually believe that this man is competent? Or is it what Bisa had said about winning first? Or he is saying if we truly understand the magnitude of what's at stake, Nigerians will not debate on, is he a Muslim, is he a Christian, is it this? Because he is also married to a pastor. Not just any pastor, an assistant pastor in a major Pentecostal church.
Mariah, so Nigerians are not there yet. When everything, there's what they call the ideal.
Yeah.
A society is supposed to be so and so and so. That's the ideal. And there's another one that is the reality. We are not there yet. We are not an ideal society yet. There are a lot of people who have gone through pains, who have gone through I don't know the right word to use. I don't want to repeat marginalization again, that feel like Nigeria has been happening to them. This is not the agreement we had from the time of our founding fathers. It just seems like everybody is doing what they want. People who feel that they have more power are doing what they want. And so far, they have not taken us forward. Right. We are going backwards. So there's a lot of pains from different quarters and different angles. Insurgency is not just in the north now. It has moved to it's everywhere. So people are saying, okay, let's flip it. If it's a Christian ticket, is that the conversation we're going to be having now? So this is not the time. See, everybody can find somebody who is competent. Now, let me pause you for a second. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, you will not tell me that it's only the Muslims right now that are competent. That's not, you won't tell me that. Correct. No. You won't tell me that. So the question is, so I'll come to you, Nima. So there's also, so that's one argument. There's another argument that there are options. Why are we making look as if this is only an APC thing? There's PDP, there's Accord, there's Labour, there are other options. So if you're not happy with this team, there are other options. So we shouldn't feel like the game is over because, oh, this person has picked a Muslim. That's the beauty of these elections. We are having options aside from the APC and PDP. Go ahead.
So the elections have not even come up. Just as BC said earlier, this is about the numbers. You don't want to go to an election of this magnitude where you know more than 5 parties have candidates that are intimidating already. Yes. With a candidate that cannot give you numbers, cannot give you at least 10 million votes. Sure. Yeah. You don't want to go there. So you know they do their maths per region. This is a Kashim Shettima. In Borno, governors after him, they still know him. They still, and he's a sitting senator. He knows his numbers. He has what he can muster from that region. It wasn't a likely picked candidate. It wasn't something that was likely done. Just as I said earlier, there were other candidates that were popping up. Regions and groups were saying, this is our own candidate. This was where you must pick from. But the maths was done. And you don't blame any party for calculating because as it is now, the kind of politics we run here is about numbers. It's not about individual. It's not about ideas. It's not about ideology yet. Numbers. It's still about the numbers, the people who will do the work for you. And so I don't blame the APC for how they arrived at their candidate and their vice presidential candidate. Just as you said, there are options. If Nigerians do, it is now in our hands to decide where we want to put our vote and what we want to put our trust. The issue for me is that I hope that the APC as a party, the presidential candidate and the vice presidential candidate are very aware of the distrust that Nigerians have now, much more so now in these 7 years that the President Buhari's administration is rounding up. Things have become, I don't want to use worse, let's just say we'll get better. Nigerians have been hit hard. And so before they would just go and sit down and say anything would run, they should check the pulse of the people and
even though, from what you have said, even though he's trying to make a case for the Muslim ticket not working, it sort of also makes the case why it should not matter. Because we're saying that we've found ourselves in such a hole right now that it doesn't, what matters, the only thing that matters is those who will come and do the job. It does not matter where you're from or who you worship, and that's where I want us to focus on, and I want Nigerians to focus on that. But I will say again, only Nigerians will determine who will eventually be for them, their president and their vice president.
Let me take this comment.
Decide if the religion is so important above competency.
Exactly. Let me take this comment and we'll wrap up. It says, are you aware that the House of Representatives Gbajabiamila is a Muslim? The Deputy Speaker Ahmed Wase is also a Muslim, but nobody cares. For years in our Senate, David Mark was a Christian, Ikwe was a Christian, Deputy was a Christian, and nobody cared about it. So these are comments saying, listen, we've had Muslim across other levels of government, but listen, as Mariam said, the people will decide. At least now we've put a cap on this. The presidency is a very sensitive, it's a central...
Reflects us. It reflects us as a people. I know. No, it reflects us as a people. And because we are still not trusting of each other, it would be nice that we find a way to balance it. I would have even preferred that they picked a female VP.
Yes, there's also
I would have preferred that. Even whether the female VP is Christian or Muslim will not matter. At least we have checked one box that you have done something a bit different, All
right, we have to wrap up. This is a conversation.
Ticket was once a...
Yes, 1993. He did say that 1993, spirit of 1993 is upon us now in 2023. I was like, oh,
this
nice
is not 1993.
Okay, that's all we can take on this. We have to take Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Stay with us.